Jimmy Butler promised that his Miami Heat squad would rebound and win Game 4. The only problem with that promise is on the other side is Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, who lead this NBA Finals series 2-1. Miami almost got a blessing early. Jokic is going to kind of sprain that right ankle as you see him come down awkwardly. The big fella will leave the game for a few moments, get that ankle rewrapped, but he is a trooper, and he had some backup. It's Jamal Murray nailing the three-pointer, but here comes Butler. "'Cause I made a promise to you." It's Butler inside, and then Butler beating the first quarter buzzer outside. Miami took the lead after one. Second quarter, Denver's got options. Aaron Gordon hasn't shot the three ball much, but he's been really good. So has this other big dude, Jokic, a deep three-pointer, and just like that, Denver has regained control of Game 4. Look at Butler fighting. Beautiful seal. Bam Adebayo finds his guy inside. Other end we go. Once again, it's Jokic outside. And then up top we go. It's Aaron Gordon for show. He had himself a game. More on him in a second. But first things first, shout out to Bam. That dunk keeps Miami close enough. They trail by 4 at the half. Could they stop Denver in the third? That's been a problem. Jamal Murray says no. Murray with the bucket, and Murray outside for one of his 12 assists. Also, Jamal didn't turn the basketball over. Just making great plays was Murray and Jokic. Jokic only had 4 dimes, but that one goes up top to a dude that just couldn't miss. It's Gordon nailing the three. He had a playoff career high 27. Jokic got into some foul trouble, so he had to watch the Nuggets work without him. They did just fine. Other end, it's Butler trying to make one last hurrah for Miami. That and one goes. But who's going to stop Aaron Gordon channeling his inner Nikola Jokic? Timeout Miami. Could this be the last time the Heat host a home game in this postseason? It's Bruce Brown picking up where AG left off. What can Brown do for you? He can score 11 points in the fourth quarter. He had 21 for the game. And ladies and gentlemen, Game 3 was about the big two in Denver. Game 4 was about everybody else. The Nuggets run away from Miami late again. 108-95 is your final. What's up, everybody? It's yours truly. I'm the one and only. I'm Hoots FERRO. If you're enjoying this great quality content from the NBA Finals, make sure you subscribe to the platform. Once the season is over, I'm not done. The offseason begins. We're covering the draft, all of free agency. So make sure you subscribe to the platform so you can get more updates from your boy this entire offseason. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Here tonight. Murray. Jokic throws it inside to Gordon. 4 to shoot. Murray gets away, kicks it out. Gordon, corner 3, puts it in. Aaron Gordon with a 3-pointer. And it's a 13-point lead.
Denver Nuggets now just one game away from their franchise's first ever NBA championship. So during this game, I did a lot of thinking. I don't know, I was just in my basketball introspective bag that I oftentimes go in, and I just came up with a lot of thoughts, a lot of conversations. So what I'm about to do is share a lot of what I had on my mind during Game 4, and please be my guest at any point where you see fit to chime in, tell me what you agree with, disagree with. I'm gonna bring up a few different conversations. Let me know what you think. This platform is your platform. Y'all know how I rock. I embrace all conversations. I embrace all debate. Please be my guest. Here's what I'm thinking, right? So Nikola Jokic goes 24, 12, and 4, and it's his worst game of the playoffs. Number one, he's playing at an unreal level because it still wasn't a bad game, but just for his standard, it was his worst game of the playoffs, and his team still wins going away in the fourth quarter. He even had to sit a few minutes due to some foul trouble. That's how great the Denver Nuggets are playing right now. Number one, the Nuggets are on another level. If you look at these two teams, just watch the games. Look at the court. 1 through 5 for Denver. If you put Kentavious Caldwell-Pope on Jimmy Butler, which KCP oftentimes is guarding Butler, if you put KCP on Butler and give Miami that one matchup, look around the court. There are no other wins for the Miami Heat. Nowhere. You can't say Bam is over Jokic. Please don't do that. And look, Jokic is he has been a great defender this postseason. Look around the court. Jamal Murray is destroying Gabe Vincent or Kyle Lowry, whoever you want to put out there. I know Murray didn't have the greatest game shooting. Gabe Vincent actually did a pretty good job on Murray in the first half. But overall, Jamal Murray is winning that matchup. Look around. Michael Porter Jr. Hey, he makes them in the first half. He'll make a few shots every now and then. Nobody's outplaying him. And you look at Max Strus. He's not having a good performance in this finals. You can look at Aaron Gordon, right? Aaron Gordon is outplaying Kevin Love. That's just the reality. You know, nowhere on this court do you see a win for Miami outside of the Butler-KCP matchup, which oftentimes in games, obviously Butler's a better player than KCP. It don't be looking that crazy, the gap between Butler and KCP, because Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has been playing so hard in these playoffs. And speaking of Jimmy Butler, while I'm here, I want to say this about Jimmy B. He's had a fantastic run this postseason, but he ain't winning no quarters. Like Butler had 25, 7, and 7 in this game. In theory, you say, well, Butler did his part. But the reality is a lot of that's just spaced out. 8, 9 points here or there, 8 points here or there, 5 points here or there. You know, and that's great that he's able to get to 25 points, but he's not dominating any quarter. Jokic dominates quarters at his apex. Jamal Murray dominates quarters at his apex. I'd argue that there have been a couple quarters in this series that Bam Adebayo has dominated for his Heat squad. Jimmy Butler is not dominating quarters. Butler dominated quarters against the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. I don't believe he's 100%, but I can't give him an out because nobody's 100% at this point in the season. Another thing that I'm noticing for Miami, they don't have any easy looks right now. I was thinking, this is my first little conversation piece. I'm looking at last round for Denver against the Lakers, and then this round against the Heat. Honestly, Miami's not doing an awful job guarding Denver, all things considered. They put themselves in a position to win from a defensive perspective. They're playing hard. They're well coached. They just can't get to 100 points enough. They've been under 100 3 out of 4 games in this series. Honestly, if you take Miami's defense and mix it with the Lakers' offense, they can score. Then you might have a team that could maybe take Denver 7 games. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm giving Denver a lot of credit. Then if you put Miami's defense with LA's offense, then you might have a team that could take Denver 7 games. And even then, I'm not 100% saying Denver still wouldn't win that series. That's how much credit I'm giving the Nuggets. They're playing some phenomenal basketball to the point where I was thinking during this game, is Denver the best team I've seen this decade? Now, the decade's still young, but we've now pretty much seen 4 champions. Denver's going to take care of business in a couple days' time here. I'm looking at the Nuggets. They're definitely better than last year's champion in the Warriors. To me, they're definitely better than a team that I really like, Giannis and the Bucks. They're better than them. And I'm looking at my 2019-2020 Lakers that won in the bubble. That's a tit for tat one. I'm going back and forth about that one. Those were both 2 dominant teams. That LA team was the 1 seed in the West that year. I don't know, but it's close. It is really close. So please let me know, who's the best team you've seen this decade in the NBA? Is it this iteration of the Denver Nuggets, or was it the 2019-2020 Los Angeles Lakers team? The irony is Kentavious Caldwell-Pope played on both of those squads. So he's pretty much been on the 2 best teams this decade. Both of these teams, 19-20 Lakers, 22-23 Nuggets, they're both better to me than the Warriors of last year and the Bucks of 2 years ago. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. So please let me know what you think about that one. But this has been an utter dominance. for most of this series from Denver. I was listening to Mike Malone try to find ways to hype his team up. He was like, yo, y'all didn't play well in games 1 and game 2. I was like, what? That's not playing well to you? They look pretty darn good to me. They look pretty darn good to me. So them not playing well, they still win? Like, Denver wasn't great in game 4, but they were good enough. Miami's not getting any favors from any of their role players. They have pretty much went cold turkey. All those hero ball guys in the Knicks series and against the Celtics, the Caleb Martins of the world, the Gabe Vincents of the world, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson even had a game or two in there, Kyle Lowry. These guys have pretty much been nothing in the finals. They've had maybe a good quarter, but that's about it. None of these guys have been able to step up and pretty much will Miami to a game. They need somebody to go get them a game. Like, Butler just can't. He can't get the 40 in this series. He can't get the 40 in this series. He's leaving a lot of close ones short. I think he's hurt. I really do think he's hurt, but no excuses. Denver's got stuff going on. Jokic sprained his ankle in this game. Hey, he still played. He's the best in the world. His Denver Nuggets squad is about to win a championship, and I'm about to be in a Jokic jersey really, really soon here. That's still coming, by the way. Just a heads up for everybody out there. Yeah, that's some of my thoughts, man. I'm looking at this Nuggets team, and I'm just thinking to myself, man, they are really, really good. Jokic, the difference between Jokic and that infamous Dirk Nowitzki run in 11, I thought Dirk's highs were a little higher than Jokic's highs. Definitely much more exciting. But to me, Jokic game for game has just been way more dominant than Dirk was. So for me, this is one of the better runs I've seen in quite some time. Now, obviously, Dirk didn't have anybody playing at the level of Jamal Murray. But Jokic's dominance has just been on center stage this postseason. This was his worst game, but he still was really good on defense. He made life really hard for Miami. Aaron Gordon was fantastic in this game. Just look at the lineups, bro. Everywhere you look on the court, pretty much Miami can't take advantage of any mismatch. Everybody on Denver's long. They got a very long team pause. They got just a lot of guys that all of their life have been better than the guys on Miami. Even Jimmy Butler was a slept-on prospect, and he's worked himself into a complete perennial all-star type of player in this league. But even he was slept on. The only guy, Bam, was a highly touted guy. Kevin Love was, but his better days are way behind him. Most of the guys on Miami have been under the radar guys. Kyle Lowry was a big-time player coming out, but he's, way past his best days. I'm telling you, man, it feels like Miami's one guy away. Now, does that guy have to be Damian Lillard? No, but it definitely makes a lot of sense. And if you're Miami, you're going to compete. Look, they'll play hard in Game 5. I expect Miami to at least compete for a half. I think Denver probably runs away in Game 5 and wins the championship on their home court. It would be great, though. It would be very fitting for Miami to win Game 5 and then lose Game 6 on their home court, which is one of the worst home court advantages in the NBA. I don't care. I'm so sick of looking at everybody in that damn white in Miami. They don't cheer. They don't do nothing for that squad. Denver just went into Miami and took 2 of them. Took command and control of this lead again. And look, Miami can compete their behinds off and try to walk away with some pride with competing in Game 5, but it looks like their days are numbered as the Denver Nuggets close in on their franchise's first NBA ring. I'm out.